In this particular photo that you're looking at, we're now starting this abstract scene control of values is that you should, in this particular case, I'm going to do the flowers first, as was indicated in the other video, and just keep blocking in these bigger shapes in a middle dark value, not the complete black type of thing. I'm using neutral tint because it has no association with a color, and so then it becomes just black, white, and gray. And so we look at now as the shapes and the values and not the color that it would be. So as I analyze this, and you can see the picture over there, how big the shapes are, you can squint at it and get some of the larger shapes there, and then the top of the vase. And I purposely went in and I decided to have that vase completely, almost off the page. That gives that an abstract quality that I don't have to have a table or even indication as a table. And so I think that's what we're trying to get. This is a value, if you ever look at red, red is about that value, even a little darker, I think. And then, of course, you got your light flowers on top. And so what I'm doing is I'm squinting, and I'm squinting at the picture, and I'm looking at exactly how these values are coming together. I'm using I think a number 6 round brush, a black velvet brush, which is excellent brushes, and then putting in some of these darker values as it's still wet, and just keep pushing yourself in a direction until you feel that I think I've got enough there to start the background. But I want to make sure that I have enough dark values in these flowers. Not a lot of detail, no detail at all, as a matter of fact, just strokes. Now the next thing to do is start with the background values, and you can see that how much lighter that is. And then I group the roof right in with the shadow as on the side of the building, and then coming down with the extension of the building to the left, and also getting across the top part of the flowers and a little bit of the roof up there, and just strokes, just getting the values. And I like the position of the house relationship to the flowers, and of course some strokes for windows, and then putting in the same type of value. That is light middle value. You can tell the difference between the white paper and the value. And here where I'm almost going to get different representational, so I don't want to do that, but I'm just putting value there and letting it just dry. Sorry about the shine, but that's from the lights. And then I'll put another one there to stop that and touch that particular corner. Now as you look at the composition, I think that we've got 1, 2, 3 touches on the outer format, and that worked really well. Now as a close-up, I'm going to put in some of these darker marks. As a matter of fact, when I said don't make your darks real black, here you make them black. This is where you want to get some of the accents of darks, but they're just small accents, they're not big blocks of black. And you can see the background now is going further away the more I put the darks in on these flowers. And that's the essence of this whole thing, is controlling your values. And when we do a painting like this, we will even control the temperature and the intensity of color. So all the colors in the background are going to be grayed and light in value, and all the colors in the flowers are going to be bright with a lot of saturation of color. And so now I'm going to just put in some. This is a delicate time when you put that in, because you've got to analyze that dark value against the values that are in the flowers, and you don't want to repeat any of those values. It can come close, but don't repeat it. And right now it looks like I'm repeating it, but then it's going to dry lighter when it does dry, and you'll see that when I'm done painting. And there's an extension of this roof of this house, and then also there is a tree behind that, and so I'll just put in some values that'll kind of give sort of form of light coming across. And then we've got a hedge that goes in front of the house, and so now this is where I'm becoming a little bit literal, and I caution myself, but you know, this is a value sketch, and if you don't do it here and then you don't really know how it's going to work, you do it here, because here's where experimentation takes place. And when you do the real painting with color, you'll say, well, I'm not going to do that in the real painting. So that's what these are all about. Value sketches are so important, and a lot of us don't take the time to do them. I think this took me less than 10 minutes to do, and you can see how I'm wrapping that around, and now I'm going to bring in some lighter values into the whiter areas of the flower, and just a little darker behind those flowers right there, just to be able to see them. A little darker there, you know, and I'm always concentrating and squinting at the background and the foreground. So if I put too much dark back there, I put a bit darker in the foreground, and it's playing back and forth between this. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this.